Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for all the new subscribers that are here on my YouTube channel. I thought I was gonna be done making YouTube videos, but people kept subscribing to my YouTube, and it kind of was like, I was kind of like, I don't want to make YouTube videos anymore. I'll probably make one or two here and there, but then like throughout the last month, I've been getting like subscribers every week, and I was like, okay, like I've been getting pushed to make more videos, so that's good. I like it because I actually enjoy making YouTube videos. I just thought of stopping, or not stopping, but like not making it my priority because I have been getting a lot of more work in photography. So I was like kind of using that as an excuse, but I'm back to making YouTube videos, and I wanted to start off by making a quick YouTube video about reviewing a book that I just finished reading, and also let you guys know what I'm gonna be reading this next month. The book that I finished reading is called The Humans. It's by Matt Haig. He's an awesome writer. But yeah, this book is about kind of these aliens that send one alien to Earth because humans are on the cusp of like moving to the next civilization, the next stage of civilization, because they figured out this math equation, and the aliens don't think that we're ready for to move up, right? Because they just don't think we're fit enough or mature enough to handle that kind of technology. For example, like let me read you a little bit, a little passage here from the book. It says, because the aliens, so that one alien's here, and the aliens send him like little messages. So this is like one of their little messages that they send him. It says, remember, during your mission, never to become influenced or corrupt. The humans are an arrogant species defined by violence and greed. They have taken their home planet, the only one they currently have access to, and placed it on the road to destruction. They have created a world of division in categories and have continually failed to see the similarities between themselves. They have developed technology at a rate so too fast for human psychology to keep up with, and yet they still pursue advancement for advancement's sake, and for the pursuit of money and fame that they all crave so much. Like, that's like pretty deep, you know. This book reminds me a little bit of like a Black Mirror episode where they're kind of showing you the future, but then like kind of like holding the mirror up to humans. So like that's kind of something like that Matt Haig is doing on this book, and I really appreciate it, and it's really cool. But not the whole book is all serious like that. It's actually a really funny book. There was a lot of parts where I found myself like kind of like laughing a little bit, because he's like an alien, right? So he's trying to figure out how to be human. So whenever he gets here, he's like naked or whatever, and like he's trying to figure out like why people are wondering, like are staring at him and like making remarks, and then he gets arrested, right, for being naked, because that's, you can't be naked or walking around the streets. So he's really like confused, like, well, yo, what's happening? Like, I'm just walking around, like, why am I getting arrested and all this stuff? And like there's a bunch of funny parts. It's a really good book. This book is kind of famous, The Humans, and there's like a bunch of more like in-depth reviews of this book out there, but I really recommend that, you guys. I finished it. It's a quick book. It's not gonna take you forever to read it. I think it's like 200 something pages. And yeah, this author Matt Haig, he writes some cool science fiction novels. So if you guys are ever like in the market of a science fiction book, I really recommend this one. But speaking of science fiction, Andy Weir, the writer of The Martian, I don't know if you guys remember this movie, The Martian, with Matt Damon. He just dropped his new book called Project Hail Mary, and I've already started reading it. I'm like 100 pages into it, and it's really, really good. Like I'm really intrigued. So I'm gonna save this book review for later. But let me tell you a little bit about Andy Weir. He writes like a lot of like science fiction novels as well. If you guys remember The Martian, like I tend not to always buy the book if I see the movie. There's another movie called Ready Player One. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but they have a book as well. And I picked up that book as well and read it. And I read this one too, The Martian. And I really recommend you guys, if you guys are new to reading, or like or if your excuse to not reading is that you can't remember things, you know, like a lot of people say, oh, I don't like reading because I read like the first chapter and I already forgot what I read. So by picking up a book that's already been made to a movie and you've already seen the movie, and then following the book or reading the book, it's much easier because you already kind of know what's supposed to be happening. But the cool thing about the books is that they kind of like take you on a different path. Like it's still going to be the same ending and like kind of the same beginning, but the middle part where the mission happens, like it takes like another tour. It introduces like new stuff that happened that didn't show in the movie, and it's really awesome because it gives you like a whole nother perspective. For instance, I love this book because I really loved the movie. So picking up the book and seeing like the new route they took it on was like, oh, this is so cool, because it's like almost the same movie but with a little bit of like different twists and turns, and I really enjoyed it. So, and the same thing for Ready Player One. If you saw the movie and you really enjoyed it and you wish there was like another like movie like that, read the book. It'll probably be, no, I promise you it's the same thing, because I already read it and it's really good. And yeah, so book recommendation for sure, Andy Weir, The Martian. That one's out already. Project Hail Mary, like I said, I'm only 100 pages into it, and I can already tell you that it's a great, it's looking to be like another great book. Like, I don't see why it wouldn't be. And then also another one from Andy Weir, Artemis. I'm literally almost done with this book. I probably need like 20 more pages to finish it. This one's a great book as well. I guess I could do a little book review on this one since I'm almost done with it. But it's basically about this girl that lives on the moon. So humans already went to the moon, and they build a what do you call it, a base there in the moon, and they are collecting like rocks and mining and stuff. So there's these two companies that are up there, and they're kind of like battling to see who gets the better, what do you call it, like better contract to stay up there on the moon. So this girl, she's kind of like not homeless, she's kind of like a foster kid because her parents died, and she lives in the moon with the other people that live there. So they've been on the moon already for quite some time, where people are already like starting to be born there and then just living their whole life there. And she's kind of been living her whole life there. She's a delivery driver. She's like around her 20s, and yeah, she gets into kind of like an adventure, like, because she's really good friends with one of the miners, like one of the CEOs of the mining company, and because she delivers his packages like all the time, and he sneaks stuff into the moon because she's a delivery driver, so she has kind of like contacts there. So she's been sneaking in some stuff for him, and they've made this like good relationship. But she's like super poor and he's like super rich, and then he gives her a little mission saying like, hey, help me destroy these other guys, like robots that are mining out there, and like I'll pay you like $2 million and make you rich. And she's kind of like, I don't know if I should, but then she does it, and then it gets all tangled up and crazy, and it's like a really funny book as well. Not so serious. You'll be laughing at some points of this book, and I promise you, give it just the first chapter. If you don't believe me, read the first chapter, and I promise you'll be hooked, just like I was. It's a really great book. But yeah, you guys, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. A super quick video about books and reading and some book recommendations. I really appreciate you guys for supporting me and subscribing, and I'll definitely be making more books. So that's gonna be it for me today, you guys. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Peace.